Joining us now is five-time NFL MVP and two-time Super Bowl champion Peyton Manning. Peyton, it is wonderful to have you here. I want to start off by just telling you that I may well be a customer because my son is a huge fan of your brother. It is his favorite, and this is a signed Eli Manning helmet, as you can see there. Mackie wears number 10 because of your brother, and this is one of his favorite. My prop man here, let me bring him in. This is Mac. Say hi to Mr. Manning.
Hi, Mr. Manning.
All right.
How you doing?
Thank you.
How you doing?
Anyhow, we're great. We're great, and Mac is a big fan of your family as well, as so many are.
Thank you.
How?
Thank you.
I did not know a doggone thing about NFTs until a couple of months ago. When did you first learn about them? And apart from making some money for either yourselves or some good causes, I know that's where some of the proceeds will go. What is the attraction of them to you?
Well, I'm like you. I learned a lot about it just these past few months as well. Obviously, cryptocurrency and these digital items are kind of taking on just a great interest right now. Like you said, it's quite the craze. And Patrick Mahomes kind of started it out in the NFL, and Eli and I decided to join in the fun. I think what's cool about it for me and Eli is that we spent a lot of time with these artists creating some really unique digital items that collectors, fans, whoever can have, and they have the blockchain to kind of show as the authenticity, and it's a diversified asset. It can last for a long time. It can trade at other times, and so it's an alternative investment, if you will. But it's just another way to kind of bring items to the fans that might have an interest, like you said, in the helmet catch or trying to figure out what the heck Omaha meant, but it was fun for Eli and I to do this.
You want to tell us?
What
did it mean? Did it mean anything?
It's kind of an underwhelming answer, to tell you the truth. It was just kind of a rhythmic 3-syllable word that usually meant we had changed the play, and there was just a few seconds on the clock. It was a rhythmic Omaha, just to kind of tell my teammates, hey, we're going to plan B. We're getting ready to go now. But I will tell you, I'm a big deal in Omaha, Nebraska now. I went there a couple of years ago. I got the key to the city. I got some steaks out of the deal. So it's kind of taken a life of its own with me as well.
Well, you play your cards right, you'll get to meet Warren Buffett, if you haven't already, the most famous guy in Omaha. The beauty of these NFTs is that they are each one of a kind. You know the provenance, which you don't really know with some of the other collectible forms, and you can add new items to the string along the way if you so choose. But there's obviously an original scarcity value there.
That's right. And like I said, these are unique items. Eli and I spent a lot of time with the artists, JK5 and Micah Johnson, kind of capturing some of our NFL moments, some of our college moments. He did one with my dad, me, Eli, and my dad, all SEC quarterbacks. That one's really cool. And then Micah Johnson kind of captured these tokens of Omaha and the helmet catch, and also did a couple that are going to raise money for Tackle for Cancer, as well as the Children's Hospital in Indianapolis. So it's a great way to raise money for some great causes, but also just to create some interest for football fans out there, just like they did with Mahomes and Gronkowski. We're just glad to be a part of it.
Peyton, it's Morgan. I mean, we're talking about NFTs. I'd be curious. I mean, you are also an investor in your own right. You're part of the private equity group that just bought BarbecueGuys.com, for example. I wonder how you are thinking about the investing landscape, whether it's cryptocurrencies or something else.
Well, like I said, I'm like everybody else, kind of figuring out that this is here to stay, and this is part of the adjustment process. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I followed what happened with Coinbase yesterday, and it's just going to be a part of it going forward. And so either learn to adjust and kind of get on board with it, or probably be behind. And so calling an audible, if you will, in the investment world, this is a major audible, and it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, you're really one of the most marketable former football players probably of all time. You have your hands in everything. Media deals, business, collectibles, which is what we're talking about here today. You've got the insurance sponsorship, which I feel like I see all the time, every time I turn on my TV.
Too much. Probably too much.
Probably a good thing. I wonder what you see as a potential next chapter for yourself. Would you ever envision a career in politics or coaching?
I don't think so on either one of those. I still enjoy being an ambassador for the NFL and kind of stay involved with football in some new and different ways. But I find myself just busy. I don't really have a one-word job description. I just find myself busy, but also protecting free time to do some things that I never had a chance to do in 22 years of football. And whether it's coaching kids, sporting events, or, some travel that I just never got to do, I'm trying to protect that time to sort of do some things I just never had a chance to do.
I can't think of another former athlete other than perhaps Shaquille O'Neal who has managed their post-career affairs as elegantly as you have. I have to ask you, though, I can't imagine that at some point after you get this phase where you're sort of transitioning that you wouldn't want to be an owner of an NFL team. Is that a possibility?
Well, sure. I mean, I keep looking for that $3 billion in my pocket. It must be. I just don't have it. I can't find it. It must be in another account. Look, I think the NFL is always going to be a part of my life in some way. I haven't said no to anything, and I guess I haven't said yes to anything officially. So certainly have great relationships with Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos, and love being ambassadors for both of those teams. And, like I said, who knows what might happen down the road.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.